Hedzinoi nhau dzichiverengwa ndini wenyu Brian Charamba kusakara. Upenyu muZimbabwe hwakaoma sekuita remagwavha. Zvakaoma kupinda nechimugondiwa pane kubuda negoridhe. Toenderera mberi nenhau dzedu. Zviri kunzi sarudzo dzemaprimary elections dzakafamba zvakanaka apo vanhu vakabuda neuwandu hwavo kuenda kunovhota. Vamwe vakatodashurana kuratidza gwara remusangano. Zviri kunzi mukomana wechidiki anozivikanwa nezvemumhanzi muchiraha akaedza kukanda chake chiraha ndobva chanzi gwa. Vamwe vachibuda nemavhotsi iye achibuda zvake nezita remadunhurirwa. Vamwe vakumuti CR7, vamwe 07, vamwe 7 up. Vatsigiri vake vazhinji vaakudemba vachiti dai akasapera saCristiano Ronaldo. Vamwe ndo vari kuti anogona kungoita mhanza akaenda kuSaudi Arabia uko kwaanenge achinodya mari dzegoridhe Vamwe ndo vasiri kufara vakasvika pakuchema mushure mekunge vakundwa. Aiwa kune harawa dzese dzakadyiwa ndinoti musaore mwoyo munozama zvakare sarudzo dzino.
My people, comrades and friends, welcome to another episode of The Week with me, Comrade Fatso. And what a Jazeera week it's been. Zanu PF held Shambolic primary elections, George Charamba threatened journalists, and KuJazeera has officially become a Shona word, meaning to expose. But first, the second episode of the Al Jazeera Gold Mafia documentary dropped in Kurkupisa, and it literally shut down the Zimbabwean internet.
Smuggling. That's what it is, smuggling.
All the paper trails.
It's not like somebody can question.
Undercover journalists pose as gangsters who want to launder more than $100 million.
It's black money. These funds are substantial.
I mean, there's so much to digest. ED's name gets dropped. We learn how the RBZ is involved in smuggling. But maybe we should start with our all-time favorite quotes from your papa and your local con artist, Blah Ricky Dulan, Uebert Angel's right-hand man. First, there's...
As long as you grease the wheels in Africa, there's no issue.
Bribes anyone? When told by the undercover reporters that they're cash rich and it's embarrassing, Ricky says...
But I like embarrassing cash.
Frankly, that's embarrassing, Ricky. And finally, our all-time favorite and the send him straight to jail card.
A good washing machine, right?
Spill the beans much, Ricky? Basically, episode 2, Smoke and Mirrors, is a guide on how to do money laundering in Southern Africa. If you want to launder with Uebert Angel and Ricky Dulan, they tell the Al Jazeera undercover journalists that their laundering scheme will be protected at the highest level. Dulan even names ED and Angel as the people who will protect the money laundering deal.
That's why you need this team of people.
Okay,
To be involved. Simple.
Your plane will go into Zim with dirty cash and will come out with gold.
I went into your refrigerator. I'm seeing your refrigerator now. Inside the refrigerator, to your left, there is something written grilled beef, a pack of grilled beef. And on this side there are 3 tomatoes inside the refrigerator.
Prophet, you said you could see the packet of grilled beef and the 3 tomatoes in the lady's fridge. How could you not see the 2 undercover reporters sitting at your table? Ricky Dulan then says that the facilitation fee to meet ED is $200,000 US. 200,000. Ah, good durasha.
Next! Passport Maoko!
Oh, Papa, welcome home.
Gold is good.
Next! Passport Maoko! Hey, madam, passport.
That's my parcel.
Huh?
That's my parcel.
Oh!
God is good. Hallelujah.
We also learned more about how the big minga Simon Rudland's money laundering works. Rudland makes money from his gold leaf tobacco mafia selling illegal cigarettes in South Africa. He then sends that money to Dubai via his good friend Mo Dollars and then buys our Zimbabwean gold. I mean, if I was the Reserve Bank in South Africa and I saw the name Mo Dollars, I would probably think something was dodgy. In episode 2, we also meet our old friend Kamlesh Patni. He offers to launder 100 million USA for just 10 million bucks, including bribes.
You get 10, you will get this.
And you will look after all the other people, so we don't have to bother.
It's not then your risk. Once you pass it into our hand, it's our risk.
I mean, what a discount. Mbasera. How does he do it? Well, on a monthly basis, we find out that Putney pays off various members of the Reserve Bank and Fidelity. Our guy Alec aptly describes the smuggling process at Robert Mugabe International Airport.
Through the security, yeah. So he's got his guys on the ground telling me, you can come now or not now, and I come through when he's ready. I've done it. I've never had a problem. Never. For the past 8 years. Just like you were walking in the park.
It's like a walk in the park. And if you happen to get caught, you can do what Henrietta did and say, I carried the wrong bag. The gold mafia's plug at the airport, Cleopas, or Clear Pass, as we like to call him, gives us insider information about how the smuggling process works.
You come to immigration, they stamp your passport. From immigration, you come to my guys now. And then I tell you, come, but use a machine to your right, where we remove shoes, what. You put in the machine, they don't look at your bag, because there will be arrangement between you and me.
Just one question, Ndara. Why drink Malaga but dire Rembinga? What did we learn from episode 2? That white, black, Indian, we are united in corruption. We are one continent. Trutose.
Hello. Ayo, atite zvekuacha pano madam. This is Faith Printers. To printer mabhuku evana ekuchikoro. Thanks, wrong number. Mada wachirwa $20. Imikeni. Asaka, welcome. This is Faith Printers. Ndoshanda hangu. Pano ndine head of operations. As you can see, to printer mabhuku evana echikoro. I'm a titan of industry. Kasaka nechitonyora ndenga. Ndinitori printer wacho. Makanzoti nowacha. Aiwa hapana atiwache. It's strictly printing. Aiwa pano tinowacha skana. Mina ndikuvhureka nione kani. Tinoita dry cleaning, tinoita wet cleaning. Aiwa atikuwacha tinowacha kazvese. Anything you need katisu vanhu vacho. Mbusa, we are plenty of potential. Kungokuwachira zvese zvamunoda. Muri kuona suitcase ike. Kubva nokwira ndege. Azara.
We've learned a lot so far from the Al Jazeera documentary on the gold mafia. The key thing that's happening is called illicit financial flows. These are cross-border capital movements for the purposes of concealing illegal activities and evading taxes. It's been happening since colonialism, where imperialist powers would strip the wealth of African countries and send it to Europe. These days, these illicit flows include proceeds from criminal activities like gold smuggling, arms trafficking, and money laundering, also known as Uebert Angel's day job. Your big multinational corporations are also culprits of these dodgy financial outflows from our continent by finding tax loopholes and manipulating trade transactions. It's estimated that Africa loses up to $60 billion each year from these illicit outflows of our wealth. So basically, our resources are being looted by rich countries in partnership with what the revolutionary thinker Frantz Fanon called the parasitic bourgeoisie, aka our hurmens and our mbingas. Because instead of providing healthcare for all or building schools for our children, these funds go to London, Geneva, and Dubai. And this is what we need to fight against, because Africa doesn't need aid. We just need to be able to control and really benefit from our own resources. Chete, the Zanu 1-2 testing rigging primary elections happened over the last week. And we saw some interesting things happening as Zanu heavyweights and ministers lost. Kanjiva hitmaker Enzo Aishal gave us some James Bond vibes because akawana 007 votes. Mageto Youth Sarukuti Kanjiva Ishiri. Uncle Fidza Phil Chiangwa donated bicycles to the people, but the people took him for a ride as he lost in the primaries. Mbinga yakasheka. In Mbare, Zanu PF elected a known drug dealer to lead the youth. Tumo Mutoriro and Guga. Noguti leadership. Justice Wajgajena showed us that elections ibora remabuza because it won't end until Chinchedu FC wins. He claimed that voting in Nembudzia had not ended 3 days after the due date. Rigging allegations are swirling nationwide around a shadowy intelligence group known as Forever Associates Zimbabwe that had been tasked to handle the Zanu primary elections. Now, the Zanu Politburo is saying they can change the results if they want to. Anzina Mike Bima, the Zanu National Political Commissar, these preliminary results are subject to changes that can be as a result of recommendations made by the ad hoc committee and finally by the Politburo. In other words, if we don't like the results, we can change them. Now, Zanu is using state media to threaten anyone anobuditsama V11. Yes, even Nick Mangwana. If they can't run their own internal elections, how will they run a national election? I mean, it goes to show that we need to carry on putting pressure on ZEC to run free and fair elections. Are you pissed off with the theft of our wealth by the gold mafia? Then sign the petition demanding the freezing of Uebert Angel's assets in the UK because of his part in looting our resources. You can sign it here. Thanks for joining us on The Week. Follow Magama TV on social media. I've been Comrade Fatso. You have been the people. This has been The Week. Don't go greasing any wheels and futsak.
Exodus 9. 1, 2, 3, let's go.